was gonna let that song finish the second loop, but Migrostormer has been breathing fire like crazy. He's itching to go. He's raring to go. I get it. It's Shadowbringers. We're here, guys. The good stuff. The clean stuff. Also, bless his roundness. Yes. I don't... trying to think. I think we see him once. And we're like, you're okay, you're weird. And then when we see him the second time, you're like, okay, you're totally a tyrant. Never mind. And then we get in a little slap fight with Eulmore. Some of this is when we come back. I was going over it in my head. I'm trying to guess what happens in future without looking it up, without getting a guide. I had no hope back at a Realm Reborn. But now that as we get closer to the end of the story, it's just like, okay, it's not been that long since I've done this. You should be able to remember the bigger plot beats, and I think that today we're gonna help our brother out, and then we're gonna not do much else. Oh! Huh. Thinking. Now, why do I think? I'm literally here to play it. Why am I... No sense in just sitting here for 10 minutes trying to guess what we'll be doing when I can just go out and do it, and we'll find out together. Find out with glorious cooperation. Anyway. Hello, everybody. Hello, Night Fiend. Hello, people who are not Night Fiend. Alright, so we have made the first. It's super bright out all the time. We're confused by this. Has something to do with the Sin Eaters. Sin Eaters want to kill everybody. We have decided to check out... I don't even know. Calusia. No dwarves yet, but we're up here. We're hanging out with Alphinaud. We're gonna see what he's up to. We're gonna say hi, and then we're done here. We're gonna go down to Amarang. We're gonna say hi to Alice and see what she's up to. I don't know if we'll get to Alice this stream. I'm not sure. I think we'll be in Eulmore. Well, technically Calusia. I don't think we're gonna. They're not gonna let our dirty asses into Eulmore yet. All right, so we're following Alphinaud. Ooh, it's the dark light. Oh, whatever. All right, here we go. Here we go. Hope everybody's ready. Calusia seems peaceful, does it not? Almost familiar. I had a similar impression of the Crystarium. Even in this distant world, people are much the same. To think that whenever a calamity struck the source, a reflection such as this one, with all its culture and history, was being erased from existence. Oh no, get away from me. Over there. Quickly, someone's in trouble. Are you telling me to fight something? Have you promised me violence? Oh, we can see the wings from here. When do you get 2 charges of Mekio Sisui? Hang on a minute. Did they slip? No, not that. Would it be traits? Oh! Fairly recent. Okay, I'm not stupid. Manic Madame. Oh, dodging. I might as well, whatever. What am I saving the second one for? Got him. Hang in there, Manic Madame. I'll escort you all the way to the cutscene. Thank you, young miss. My haste, I lost my bearings, but I see you have the situation well in hand. Fine work! We rescued somebody. Just a few bruises from where I fell, nothing compared to what was in store for me before this brave soul came to my rescue. I honestly thought I was done for. My feet are not as swift as they once were, and I knew there were no one left to hear me scream. Not that I let that stop me. Try to leave my old house behind and queue up outside Eulmore with the rest of them. Alphinaud doesn't like this. Doubt those fancy lords and ladies would welcome an old crone like me. Still, even a shack near the gate has to be safer than staying here. One would hope. Either way, I suggest you avoid wandering alone, lest you make the Sin Eater's task any easier. Thank you again. You saved my life. Now, I'm sure a strapping lass like you has little to fear, but I wouldn't linger long in this place. There's naught to be had here but cobwebs and memories. We're strapping, guys. We've made it. We're strapping. Many in these parts have abandoned their homes to live in Eulmore's shadow. Should the Sin Eaters descend upon this region, there are precious few with the strength to fight them off. Not precious few within, so it doesn't matter. What have you been told of these monsters? Uh-oh. Brief history, then. It was not long after the flood swallowed the better part of the world that the Sin Eaters first appeared, some beastly, some beauteous. Yet regardless of their form, all seem incapable of speech, and all are driven by the same insatiable appetite for mortal aether. They are predators, and we are their prey. Calicia suffers from far fewer attacks than most regions, but even so, the list of the Sin Eaters' victims grows longer by the day, a tragedy without end. Still, we have won a small victory this time at least. We killed one of them, it's fine. We need to return where the road forks and follow the path that leads west. West! Come, Midgard Stormer. No, I was thinking about it, and because there's no dragons on anywhere but the source, I don't think. Ugh. Well, dragons came after everything got kicked. I suppose, strictly speaking, there is nothing Well, strictly speaking, nothing stopping Midgardsormr from going anywhere else. But he had to go. He had to go talk to the landlord, which is why he came to the source, I'm guessing. So then they just settled there, where all the delicious ether is. So yeah, no dragons anywhere but the source. And this guy who's hanging out with me. Anyway, what's up, Alphinaud? Oh, there's a destination. It's like at the shanty town.
That gate up ahead is known as the Open Arms, and Eulmore itself lies beyond. This, meanwhile, is the aptly named Gate Town, the dwelling place of the many desperate souls who hope to be chosen to live in the city proper.
Ah, I thought I recognized you. Brought a new friend, eh? I'll bet you got a trick or two up your sleeve. Maybe even 3. Care to show me?
I haven't been leveling my crafting.
She's not here to compete. Leave her be.
What? I was only making conversation.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please!
Time to get jungled.
Greetings to our hopeful petitioners, one and all. Eulmore extends its warmest regards. Let it be known that a lady of distinction wishes to dine on fish divine.
150, not bad.
A master culinarian who can guarantee seafood perfection. Dazzle the matron with your delicious dishes, and life in the city will be yours to enjoy, even on days when fish is not on the menu. Who among you will answer the call? Name yourself or another. We may not at all.
Fish, is it? Was there anyone?
What about that girl?
Do you recall how I said Eulmore was a center of power and authority? Well, that is not the only reason for its fame. It is also known as the City of Final Pleasures. The noble and the wealthy who survived the flood gathered here to live out the rest of their days in decadent abandon. A poor man could sooner pass through the eye of a needle than Eulmore's gates. The only way the common folk can enter this perverted paradise is if they fulfill the whim of one of the privileged. And so they are picked over like market produce.
I don't know if I realized that turn of phrase with pass of the eye of the needle on my first time through. That is a very cheeky line. I wonder whose idea that was. Ah, so one of the writing teams is very, very good, which we already knew, I suppose. This is where they're flexing.
What a catch! We'll not be throwing this one back. Having seen your all too obvious charms, we welcome you with open arms. Come, join us in the city of splendor and live out your life in an ecstasy of endeavor.
The gold gent's done it.
Oh, just look at those expectant faces. What could you possibly be waiting for? Well, what have we here? An extra share of meal to celebrate our newest resident.
It's bread.
For you.
Ah, at last!
Enjoy.
Thank goodness.
Over here.
Meal is a foodstuff which Eulmore routinely doles out to the people of Gatetown, and apparently a staple for its citizens as well. Many here rely on it to survive in these times of scarcity. Yet the whole arrangement just seems... well, let's just say it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
She noticed something. Keeping track of new faces. She knows her job. Now you understand why my attempts to enter the city have thus far come to naught. The dubious privilege of residency must be won by a contest with ever-changing rules. They say this policy has been in place for the past 2 decades, ever since Eulmore's current ruler came into power. Yet from what I have seen, it does more harm than good. Not only does it distract people from our shared struggle against the Sin Eaters, it robs them of their self-sufficiency. I've tried to propose ways that could improve their lot, but my words invariably fall on deaf ears. The attitude is so entrenched now, I worry that, well, mayhap you should take a turn around Gatetown and judge the situation for yourself. Talk to 3 people! Ah. No more, no less. Hello, random Vieira. Impressive angelic theming, the rich living decadency while poor live in squalor. Eye of a needle, no social commentary going on here. should go down. Well, I have to go back to Alphinaud when we're done, I think. So go up and then work down. It's a bubbling cook pot, guys. Large pot bubbles over the frame. Pale chunks, meal, you realize, float in the otherwise plain broth. Boiled broth. It's a preoccupied petticoat. Let's look at it. Can you imagine a more beautiful city? Every day I dream of the life that waits for me inside those walls. Oh, will they ever pick me? Oh, time for a jog. Not seeing any Aether quests yet. Trying to think. Probably on our way out we'll get one. It's the begrimed bloke. You didn't talk to us in the cutscene, yeah? Yeah, it was. Still here, are you? Oh wait, still here, are you? Can't blame. No, I'm not gonna do that. Can't blame you for wanting a slice of Eulmore's pie. If you ask me, you should ditch that sour-faced brat and make a home for yourself here. Gagetown, not much to look at, but at least it's safe, and the meal is the best thing I've ever tasted. Best thing I've ever tasted. Can you imagine me doing an entire stream? I can't even do it for a sentence, let alone a stream. Sorry, guys. I can't do dumb voices, but I need prep. I can't. It's not like a lever or a switch or a. I don't know. People can no longer fend for themselves. They become dependent on handfuls of meal and believe Eulmore is the answer to all their woes. Yet no matter how I frame my encouragement, they seem unwilling, nay, unable to conceive of any other way of life. Be grumpy. You disapprove of Eulmore? F that place. Difficult to make a final judgment without first seeing the city's inner workings. Mayhap it is the uncertainty which always makes me feel so ill at ease here. Not that it matters. However unjust the system seems to me, if these people claim to be content with their lot, it is hardly my place to criticize their choices. But take that elderly lady you rescued. Does it not seem that those who have chosen to forego Eulmore's largesse are doomed to suffer for their independence? In the end, they are all but forced to seek refuge in Gagetown, and so hamlets and fields across the island are left empty and untended, hastening the region's descent into ruin. Nay, I am not convinced that Eulmore's generosity truly serves the best interests of Calusia's people. I am not so naive as to think there is some miraculous solution to all this, and I cannot help but frown at the sight of hardworking villagers struggling to survive, even as the chosen few rejoice at being plucked from poverty by the hand of a capricious noble. Now, Night Fiends. We'll get there later. More important to think that this guy is just likely not had much else besides meal. Has grown accustomed to it. And more likely did not really have much of a tasty life prior to coming to Gagetown. There has to be a better way. I will know for sure, however, until I have taken these long-delayed steps through Eulmore's gates. It's fortunate that you arrived when you did. I have been working on a scheme to insinuate myself into the city, and if all goes to plan, it should soon come to fruition. There is a beast tribe who makes its home in the seas surrounding the island. The Ondo, as they are called, though you and I know them as Sahagin. For the most part, they keep to themselves in the ocean grottos and rarely have dealings with land dwellers. But as Sataru took such great pains to impress upon me during our stay in Kugane, business favors the bold, and so I reached out to them. I duly discovered that the Ondo are inordinately fond of land-grown produce, fresh fruits in particular, and when I offered to procure such good for them, they promised to pay me in pearls. An attractive business venture for any prospective investor, would you not agree? Surely even the most jaded Eulmore and Lord would have time for a merchant who can make pearls from plums and pumpkins. Yes, I've come a long way since my days of buying samurai swords without first negotiating a price. Pat's content callback. Which for him has been over a year. So, yeah, he's been at it. Word of Light is skeptic. My appointment with the Ondo is due to take place in a few hours. I just need to collect the produce and meet with them on the shore. Might you help me? We're helping him. Excellent. First things first, then we must pay a visit to Mosha Moa, my supplier in right. Oh, well, it should be okay, but it's still a 76. Give his slight birth on him. Wait, 76? I just not read? Oh, whatever. No, I think I just can't read. Because these guys are 70 and they look the same. It'd be 80 if it was a mark, you dumbass. Yeah, they're all up there. Yeah, I think there'd be one right there on the edge of the cliff looking down, but and then the fourth one. Well, like before, I think I'm going to be going to the places where I remember all of the tricksy ether currents being. Pretty sure I have this one. Yes. It's Moshamoa. Good day to you. It's my associate. We're here to collect the produce. I loaded your lackey up with the goods not long ago. My lackey? I know of no such person. A still lad, short blue hair? No, he said he'd come on your behalf, and since he seemed to know all the details, I just assumed. Confound it. Someone must have been eavesdropping. Dropping eaves. This charlatan was not here not long ago. He cannot have gone far. We should split up and search the area. That son of a bat. Cut him into pieces. Oh, I think we're gonna do a binoculars minigame if I remember correctly. Ever since they put the blow dart minigame in the Stormblood, they sprinkled it around the MSQ. It's like there's a checklist somewhere. She's like, did we have the binoculars minigame? I think when you do that in Namazu, that's the word. Oh crap, I ran past it. Caught me monologuing. Yep, there it is. Da da da. Oh no, we need quick zoom. Yeah, there you are. Kai-Shirr, you son of a bitch. This is probably a controller thing, but there is regular zoom with the analog stick, and then I use the D-pad for quick zoom. I mashed buttons and there was a tooltip that told me how to do it. Over there, point. Oh, I pointed. And then posed. Keen eye, let's move in before he makes good his escape. Right, this way. Bird, don't do it. M76, they probably won't do it. But you get close enough, they'll pick a fight. Actually, that's true. When I was running about last week, they picked a fight. You son of a bitch. We got him, boys. We're gonna run him out of town. Or run him in the hell.
There you are. The thief who claims the harvest on my behalf. Hand it over.
Well, forgive me. I have to get into the city. I have no family and all my friends have already been chosen. No one here gives a damn about me. When the meal gets handed out, I'm lucky if I get a smell of it. No matter what I do, they won't call out my name. I'm so tired, I'm so bloody hungry. I thought maybe I could steal your idea. Get in that way.
Into the sea, Alphinaud. Throw him.
What is your name?
Throw him. Don't.
Here.
We're gonna be friends with him now.
Tell me then, Kai-Shirr. Must it be Eulmore or nothing? What of the Crystarium? They may not offer charity, but you would be fairly compensated for any work you did.
No, it has to be Eulmore. That's where all my friends are. We made a promise that we'd live together in paradise.
We named the stray. So you're just like, I think when I first played through it, they do this a few times in 14, that somebody's gonna pull one over on you, and then they beg for forgiveness, and you're just like, I just want to put my boot right on the back of his neck. But they never let you. It's not that kind of game. You gotta be magnanimous. The rich magnate guy from Kugane City, who's always up to dirty nonsense, law breaking, causing trouble, like actually causing a big ass problem. And then every single time you catch up to him, he just begs for mercy. We're like, oh, he's learned his lesson. and they're like, oh, we'll throw the book at it, don't worry. And then like 1 week later, he shows back up and he's just back at it. I think for that guy particularly, it's like a bit, so I'm not too mad at it. I was thinking about him lately. I ran Kugane Castle, where he shows up there, and I forgot about him. I think he also shows up in one of the, oh god, crystal, the PvP crystal push thing. One of those newer maps back when it came out, Crystalline Conflict. I figured out the name finally. I'm gonna be slow today, guys. I don't know what's wrong with me. I do know what's wrong with me, but it's fine. I have enough of a brain to do a stream, I guess. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna forgive this punk bitch instead of feeding him to the Ando or the Sahagin. It's fine.
I was to make my deal with the Ondo at the Clave. Listen carefully, and I shall tell you my plans for the business, and how best to arouse the Eulmorans' interest.
You'll give me your place? Just like that?
I'm giving you a chance, nothing more. What comes of it is entirely up to you.
I understand. Oh, thank you, thank you!
Warrior of Light is apparently okay with this.
This was but one path. There will be others. But for young Kai-Shirr, it was the difference between life and death.
Let him. Never mind. I'm done. I gotta get over
I
it.
do not regret my decision. Yet I will admit that a part of me wonders if it was for the best.
Alphinaud's being cheeky. That's fine. I guess he's earned it by now.
Swift salvation to this world. That countless lives might be saved, not least your own. Even if it came at the cost of one man, should I have forged on regardless?
Oh god, he's getting sentimental. Here we go, asshole decisions. There's the nice to Alphinaud. That's not who you are. I understand your decision. And then there is quite possibly, meaning you better hurry up and think of a new plan. I'm gonna be relishing these. Okay, we're like a little annoyed.
Indeed. We will find another way. I promise you.
Oh, Alphinaud just had let it roll right
Shall
off
we
his
return
back.
to right, then? Is that?
Just saw a dude on the
I can't be
beach.
sure, but I think someone's in trouble.
Let's go rescue the. Oh, the warrior of light's like, how did you see that?
Come on. They may need our help.
Alphinaud's better at the binoculars game than we are. Ooh, look about it. Ooh, check it out, a dead body. If we ever get a soundboard, it's gonna have ETC lines from Hero of the Storm. Wait, I have a soundboard. It's called. I can't be distracted right now. I'm playing a video game. I'm streaming. I can't. It just clicked. Still haven't done the Robotnik one either. I had such plans for the Discord soundboard, and I've not done any of them. We did a whole bunch of them, like, you know, it was a bit like a fad. We did all the ones we wanted to, but then we couldn't commit to the series. But also the fact that you get like, what, 8 for free? So like if you want a proper ass big MF soundboard, you are probably just better off like hooking up some sort of a Discord bot. Whatever. I gotta keep going. But yes, check it out, a dead body. Oh no, he's not dead. Oh wow. Alphinaud heals him off screen. Oh, wait, I have that shirt. That looks good in brown. No harm will come to you here. Poor man is shivering. Pray keep an eye on him while I get a fire going. It's gonna stare holes in the back of his head. Oh, there it is. That's a quick fire. Thought for certain I was dead. How am I ever to repay this kindness? We'll settle for the tale behind your current predicament. Why don't you begin by telling us your Nami? Tristal, I was invited to Eulmore to work as an artist. A wealthy couple took me in to paint pictures for them, but when my style proved contrary to their taste, they just as quickly turfed me out onto the street. I was left penniless and patronless, a grave sin in Lord Vauthry's city. Blessings around us. Within days, they had brought me before the man himself, and he asked me what I meant to do. Dejected as I was, I told him that I wished to leave. Little did I know how soon he'd grant me my wish. They flung me over the balustrade into the goddamned ocean. From up there, how are you not dashed into pieces? Don't ask me. Luck, I suppose. Though if you hadn't found me when you did, it wouldn't have counted for much. The citizens condone such barbaric punishment? Yeah, they do. Without a second thought, when Lord Vauthry passes judgment, no one so much as blinks, let alone argues. In Eulmore, his word is law. What a jerk. Okay, so we knew he was kind of an a-hole before we even met him. The more I hear about Eulmore, the more determined I am to see what waits within its walls. I shall bend all my thoughts towards the securing of the way into the city. There must be something we can do. First, we should convey Tristal to the shelter of the village. Fire or no fire, he needs to be out of this chilly coast. Must needs. We stop must needsing. It's upsetting. Up we go, up we go. It's a wall, come on. He doesn't want to up. Can't just vault random ass walls. Or can you? Windmills. Big arse lift. Things that push carts. Alright. Filled the map out a bit. Let's go. Back to town. I accept my deepest gratitude, and if you'll permit me, I should assist you in your attempt to enter Eulmore, insofar as I am able, at any rate. To be frank, the thought of sending my saviors into that awful place makes me sick to the stomach, but since it's plain you've set your minds to it, you should take this. My favorite paintbrush. Eulmore and LII are never satisfied until they get exactly what they want, and if I'm not mistaken, the couple I mentioned will be looking for someone to replace me. If you make a show of owning such a well-used brush, you may be able to convince people you have a talent for painting. Are you certain? This is your livelihood. We cannot deprive you of such a treasured possession. I will give it gladly for all you've done for me. Besides, I don't think I have the heart to paint anymore. As to what I'll do instead, I honestly haven't decided, but I shan't stay long in this place, not with that city brooding over me. Nay, I'll move on to new lands and a new profession. I'll keep you in my prayers from now until my dying day. The kindness is its own reward, but Tristel has repaid us with a gift as timely as it was unexpected. We will, however, need to act upon his advice before any other painter steps in to fill the vacancy. Thankfully, I do have some modest skill with a brush. I'm doing air quotes for him. Bro's flexing on us. Nothing approaching that of a true artist, of course, but enough to play the role. As for you, well, if you don't mind taking a subordinate role, mayhap you could pose as my assistant. Yeah, sure. Then it's settled. All we need to do is return to Gate Town and await the next appearance. Those vile shriekers. Vile shriekers? Is that it? Vile gestures. Oh, up. Blue plus. Talk to me. Yes. Yes. Are we looking for Mankirk's wife? I probably made that joke the first time I played through this too. Yes. This is actually a good storyline. But lady da. I'm Viola. Yes. Is this someone for an escort? Da. Meet me to the north and prepare to fend off wildlife. You'll be there for a wee bit. Anything over there? No, nothing there yet. Nothing there. So we learned about the shipyards, and we're gonna get into a fight over there. I'll do this. Don't need to do this now. Put them in my pocket. Yeah. I mean, because it's Shadowbringers, all the stories are good stories. Wow, they're thirsting. Wow, it's 216,000 experience. A few more quests to 77. I think the math is going to be very much, very much in my favor for reaching Titania at level 80. And then I think that's going to be the only one that I'm like even marginally worried about, because then I just need to get to 90, and once I hit the 90, I don't care anymore. Well, I do, but not like that. Damn. Oh. Alright, now we wait. I thought we came back for this, but we're doing all this today. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention once more. What a day it's been for the folks at our door. We've welcomed a peddler who made pearls from a plum, and now we've a place for a painter of a plum. So come along and don't be slow. It's time to let your colors show. That is also a line that lets us know that Kai-Shirr did make it into the city. I can paint, portraits at least. Landscapes and still lifes are so rarely commissioned these days. Oh, I thought I spied some new faces in the crowd. What fortune that you should feel at ease around an easel. What proof of your prowess? Any masterpieces on your person? Sadly not. Everything I paint is soon sold. Such is the life of a working artist. I have only my brush to testify for me, though you will note that it has seen no small amount of service. I do have a katana of sanctifying light tucked away. I also have a phase crown katana, which is gonna be the 80 one. And then when I get to 100, I'm gonna put on the proper katana for Viola. I really don't think that by the time I get to 100, we are going to have a fancy glammed out version of anything. There might be something for Valley Garmunda, but I really don't think that by the time I get there, that's going to exist. So that's why after 90, I don't care. I am holding out. So there's... Who else is there? If the Barbariccia sword comes out between now and us hitting 90, and it is absolutely gangbusters, badass, baller, maybe I swap. Maybe Rubicante as well. What the hell else trials were there? Let's see. Oh wait, End Singers might come out. Realistically, I think the because they did, so they skipped over. It's a weird thing. I'm going into this tangent. You've activated my trap card to talk about glamours. So they did all of the for Shadowbringers. They've done all of the weapon project weapons. They've done all of the normal trials weapons. So Titania, Hades. They have not. They skipped over the Warrior of Light. And that's. I'm wondering if that means they're coming back to it later, or it's just that they were just done with the with an Endwalker weapon before they were done with the Warrior of Light weapon, or maybe what they're doing with the Warrior of Light weapons has some cool tech that they haven't released yet. I don't know. They've never skipped before, but they just jumped right over the Warrior of Light weapons and they went into Endwalker. So we'll see what comes out of that. But theoretically, after the Warrior of Light one will be the Endsinger weapons. If the Endsinger weapon or if the Barbariccia weapons are like 150% cool, sick ass, sweet, and badass, I might change my plans. I might. So they will backfill weapons for classes up to their starting level. So Reapers start at level 70, so they're gonna fill the dungeons and crafted weapons with Reaper stuff. Same for Sage. But they don't go backwards, and any fancy pants stuff they will not create new ones of. And the fancy pants ones is extremes, it's savages, and it's ultimates. Now what they do end up doing, which is kind of neat, is that if they make an ultimate version of older content, they will go back and make the weapon. So when they did the Omega Protocol, there was no Omega Sickle because Reapers didn't exist when Omega came out. But because Reapers existed when the Omega Protocol came out, they went back and they created a normal Reaper arm for the Omega Protocol because then it needed an ultimate version. That is how you backdoor in. So really, if there's really what we are hoping for is an ultimate version of Titania, which they're not going to do. But that is the kind of contrivance, which is how we're able to get weapons for newer classes. By the same token, you cannot get like Viper weapons or Pictomancer weapons for anything prior to 80. And then any content, any ultimates. They did not announce the next ultimate yet. I think everybody's itching on it, but I mean everybody always wants the next ultimate. What Futures Rewritten was the last one. That was Eden. No idea what they're gonna do for the next one. Let's see. They are sort of moving up. So the Ultimate Weapon Ultimate, there's Epic of Alexander, there's Ultimate Coils of Bahamut, Dragon Song Ultimate, the Omega Protocol. So I guess, yeah, there would be a second Shadowbringers themed ultimate that they could do, and that could be some sort of a Hades thing. Theoretically, if they're keeping to that sort of theming, because they had the two, yeah, you get it, you guys get it. Got ideas for cool nonsense they can go off with, and I know that well, now that Picto's balanced, potentially Shinryu Ultimate, though. Could be some like Xenos related ultimate, which would be a little disappointing. I don't know. Take your. I will accept all comments on what people want to see in an ultimate. What is a cool what if scenario? I don't know. So this blue jongler has been jongling for like 5 minutes while I've been rambling about swords. Like I do. Let's see. Flecks of paint on old new. A tool much loved and much used. Not a prop to be conjured on the hop. Very well. Come with us and we'll put those talents to the test. Who is this hanger-on? Well-wisher or parasite? Why, this is my assistant. She whose unfailing support allows my art to flourish. I will go with her or not at all. Parasite, then. We shall leave her fate into the hands of your new employer. It matters not a whit to us. And having filled our latest vacant space, we retire to Eulmore's sweet embrace. Oh, mercy me, the meal. We almost took our leave without leaving a loving token. We must empty the sacks ere we make our way back. Coming up on one of the best lines in the game. I had honestly thought that I don't know why I had it in my head that we left and came back.
Redemption is beyond us. The lament of all but saints and fools, and the comfort of the lords and ladies of this accursed place. Once they held fast against the madness, only to embrace the coming cataclysm and delight in the end of days.
Still think the choice of Bone Wicca Mask is incredibly strong for the Honeybee Inn.
Perhaps in rapture they seek to lose themselves and the misery they share. Or perhaps for them alone, the promise of eternal pleasure really does hold true.
Where is it? Where is it? I think it's in here. I think it's here. Oh, it looks a little too bright. Oh. No, let's latch this up. No, it's here. It's definitely here. If you wish to witness the dark apocalypse, you come in here. We're here? No, there's somebody in here. It wouldn't be that. It's been a hot minute. I don't even know why I'm checking. Yeah. I don't even know why I'm checking why Alphinaud would have quips. How about the blue jungler? No. Welcome, welcome to the city of final pleasures. Feel free to weep at its magnificence. No, not even a single tear. Moving right along then. Our first task is to register you as residents. You know, make it all nice and official. We'll smooth the way, so you just need to put on your happy faces and head through to Joyous Hall. Bureau of Immigration is in the first room on the left side of the passage. Declare your name and occupation in a nice, loud voice. The clerks will tell you where to go from there. Oh, and pay no mind to those folk off to the side of the road. Much like the hopefuls in Gavetown, they haven't earned the right to enter the city proper. If, however, you enjoy basking in the envy of your fellow man, then by all means, take your time. But why waste another moment? Go, enjoy the beginning of your new life in paradise. Bureau of Immigration, well, then I suppose we better show ourselves willing for the time being. I don't think they're going to let me attune the Ethernet shards. Oh, no, they are. Interesting. No. Nah, that's not the right button. That's the right button. Now that I've been cursed with this knowledge. Let's do a circuit and touch all the... I think the main aether... Oh, do they let you touch the main aetherite? I don't think so. So I don't know why they let you touch this charge. We use these Ethernet charts like, I don't know, twice? If that? There are some really good photo spots out here, though. And, you know, soaking in the ambience. Ambience? Whatever. Oh no, it's a child! Who let those in? Alright. The rest are inside. Eulmore in particular is a bit annoying because of how many frickin'... Are they gonna block me from going up here? No. No. Aha! Slip right past. I don't know if they're gonna let me... Damn it. Where's the frickin'... Oh, I don't have it. There's a sightseeing point that's like on a ledge or something. You gotta do like a jump like this. It's ridiculous. Somewhere in here. Infuriated me to no end. Tune yourself to all Ethernet charge in Eulmore. Calusia is now accessible as an Ethernet destination. Ha! It's the immigration officer. Welcome to Eulmore. May I have your names? I'm Alphinaud, an artist, and this is Viola, my assistant. Ah, yes, as informed of your imminent arrival, we can forego the usual interview and begin processing your registration papers forthwith. Now, the citizens of Eulmore are divided into two classes. They are the free, who are blessed with the favor of Lord Vauthry, and the bonded, who work in the employ of the free. You'll be joining the ranks of the bonded. Your duties are to serve a patron in the capacity for which you were chosen. In your case, painting pretty pictures. Should your patron dismiss you for any reason, you must find another sponsor among the free or accept work as a general laborer. I see. And might you tell us something of the patron we are to serve? The two patrons, actually, Chais and Eulmore, the Mistel couple, whom most refer to as the Chais. They're both gentle souls, but I would ask that you conduct yourself with respect and humility, for your own sake as much as theirs. Now, a moment, please, while I complete the relevant paperwork. Even authoritarian regimes have paperwork. There's no escaping it. Take those papers next door and submit them to the clerk. Once they've been stamped, you'll officially be Eulmoran citizens. We've done it. Cheeky? Nope. Oh, that was actually, hang on. Have you submitted the papers, everything in their proper place? Oh, I could have just, it's fine. Welcome to Bureau Registration. Papers, please. Nothing funny. Alphinaud artist, Viola artist assistant to be employed the service of Lord Chais and Lady Eulmore. Seems to be in order. I think it's best we deliver you to the Chai residence before... Oh dear. Someone's stinky. You smell hideous. Crawl here through the ditch? It's like an unholy miasma of dust and sweat and the musk of some unwashed beast. See directly to the delousery next door and scrub yourselves clean. Use whichever showers are free. After you've rinsed away that stench, you'll want to splash yourself with this perfume liberally. Once you've made yourself presentable, then you may proceed to the Chai residence. Corten, the guard by the stairs, will give you directions. I hadn't realized you were so aromatic. Warrior of Light just doesn't even notice. When it comes to nut grinds, I typically will just do the B ranks once a week. Doing ranks is a pretty decent way of I'll say a passable way of getting experience as well. If you're able to match the hunts that you're doing with the level of whatever you're trying to level, I'd say it's something to do. It's a good excuse to get the currency. Roulettes are better, but if you're done with roulettes, or if you're tired of roulettes, or if you just want to do something by yourself and you don't want to deal with other humans. Hunt marks. We're to bathe in here then. Oh, door's open. What do we got? Delouser. This one's used. Delouser. Which delouser shall we delouse in? I think I went in this one originally, so I'm going to go in this one. Roulettes don't give nuts. That's the thing. You rinse yourself clean in the stream of water. I probably spoke too fast, or incoherently. When it comes to experience, hunt marks give a decent amount. Doing roulettes are faster if you just want XP, if you want to level people. But if you're looking for additional ways of leveling, or if you just want to play solo content, then daily marks are usually pretty good for that. And then the weekly ones are the B ranks, which are lucrative. And a little bit of XP, but typically you want to be max level for those. or whatever the high level is of that content, or higher. You just, I think, nothing wrong with sticking your sword in something that's 20 levels lower than you and just destroying it outright. You're so clean. I've been scrubbed clean. Now I need to apply the sweet-smelling perfume. This bottle contains scented water, the liberal application of which can conceal undesirable odors. Whee! Apply the perfume is directed and a delicate scent of roses fills the air. I do not have a buff. Disappointing. That is something that WoW did a lot that I enjoyed, that this game does not really do that much, which is cosmetic buffs. You showered and dressed already, have you? It's not, that is to say, it seems rather exposed for ablutions, does it not? At least they would have been drying your hair by now. What would Estinian say? And then the only, so these are actually not bad choices if you're trying to like go and convince them into it. You have your sister would be better than you. You have your adopted older brother would be better than you, or the classic, hurry up and shower, Stinky, which I think everybody should pick. Well, that was bracing. We believe the lingering smells of the road have been successfully expunged. Shall we go and present ourselves to the new patrons then? So that's a reasonable nod. I guess stoic. Why would it not be stoic? Warrior of Light is nothing if not stoic. Oh, we're going this way. Still got that jog working for me. Ah, because we're going over here because we're not allowed to use the lift. Makes sense. Hello, bitch. You're looking to present yourselves to the Chais, are you? Let me explain how the city's laid out then. I imagine 3 layers, one on top of the other. This layer is the buttress. Above us is the understory, where the military is its headquarters. And above that, you have the canopy, which is where the free citizens of Eulmore spend their days. So if you want to find your new patrons, you'll need to keep climbing until you run out of stairs. And look for the Grand Dame's Parlor. They'll be in there, like as not. Time for Fat Makote! Absolutely hilarious. Jogging's nice. Wouldn't you agree, so Midgar Stormer? He's flying. He doesn't care about jogging. According to the message engraved in the base, special permission is required to use this Aetherite. So here it makes sense. You're a bonded citizen. You're low on the totem pole. So you're not just allowed. You can't just walk up and use it. I'm still mad at Thavnir. Let's say, who wants a 5 million gil? 25 million. Oh my god, get out of here. 25 million. Gemstone Trader. Splendor's Vendor. Oh, Resplendent Tool, right? Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. It's Maurum! Rich lady. Alright, let's do this. It's the lad! The one and only. Secret badass. And his wife! Who's just funny to look at.
then.
Lord and Lady Chai, pray forgive our intrusion. I am given to understand you were in search of an artist.
Ah, you must be the new,
Oh, goodness me! What an adorable boy! That silken hair, those pearly cheeks, oh, and you even smell wonderful, like a bed of flowers. I approve of this one, dearest. I am positive he'll paint us the most delightful pictures.
Yes. Well, as long as he paints better than that talentless wretch we sent packing last week.
Wonderful, wonderful. Welcome to Eulmore.
Alphinaud, if it please you, my lady. And this is my assistant.
Ow. Warrior of Light just playing along.
Your assistant? I've heard of folk bringing in family members, but this seems a bit irregular. Aren't you a little young to have a protege?
We are family in all but name, my lord. Though we share no blood, we have stood by each other through life's many challenges, resolved to prevail together or not at all. Of all people, 'tis she who best understands my work. With her unique insight guiding my hand, the art I create is sure to satisfy your expectations. Once the picture is begun, of course, I shall have no need of constant encouragement. And so I wondered, rather than her being in your way, might it then be permissible for my assistant to explore the city she has so longed to see? Out of gratitude for her priceless contribution to my art, I thought it only fair that I make this humble request on her behalf.
Oh, did you ever hear of such devotion? Of course your assistant must have her wish. She shall be free to roam to her heart's content. Isn't that right, darling?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course, dearest. Quite right.
God, how brace he was. Alphinaud giving you the I got this look. Fine, Alphinaud, you're cool. Any silly thing? Off you go. The city's yours to explore. Oh, but do be careful along those outer walkways. I should be most upset if you're to slip and fall. My wife has given you... If my wife has given her permission, then you need not seek my say-so. All I ask is that you behave yourself. Draw no attention to be respectful at all times. What are you starting to give me? White oak footgear. Yeah, that'd be fine. No, that's fine. Now you've explored the opportunity to experience Eulmore. I suggest you make the most of it. Explore the city top to bottom. In other words, I would start with the canopy and go from there. Try wandering around the market stalls, mayhap. Such places are usually filled with colorful characters, only too eager to share local gossip with a friendly visitor. Yeah, Alphinaud, by this point, Alphinaud has really tuned up his schmoozing game. It is interesting because everybody, when you come here, everybody levels up on some level. Levels up on some level. What a anyway. So Alphinaud like actually gets well. His days of the Crystal Braves are behind him, and he's sort of measured out by now. But yeah, he really did own that servantish artist super well. You're just like, oh wow, you're handling this pretty well for yourself. You don't have to worry about him. All right. I'd appreciate it, of course, if you would share any discoveries with me in truth. We should both learn as much as possible from our new place of residence. Talk to 3 people. Oh, they don't specify how many people I have to talk to? It'll be 3. Hello there, fresh register, are we? You seem a little lost. I'm lost. It is lovely to make your acquaintance. Speaking of acquaintances, you wouldn't happen to have run into my attendant on your wanderings, would you? Big, strong lad, long hair, tied back. He's escorting me on a shopping errand when I realized I dropped my handkerchief, and now I've been waiting here all alone when he's been off searching for it. Not terribly fond of being alone. If you see him, I would be obliged if you could pass on this message. Forget the silly handkerchief and return to my side at once. Search for the ardent attendant. I think he's in one of the hallways. Oh, no, we're outside of the circle. Look at the ominous mask. We're not going to go into the, oh, no. We're still. Maybe down the stairs? Are you going to find him roughed up? Oh. Well. Found him. Just good muscular warrior of light backbone. The first use of Wicked White. I think. One of the first, if not the first. Thank you. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't come along. I was trying to rescue my lady's handkerchief, you see. The wind must have blown it over the edge, but luckily it caught on something. Thought if I could just stretch out far enough. You risked your life for a scrap of cloth. We're being jerks, remember? We're the jerk warrior of light. Not just a scrap of cloth, not that it belongs to her. I risk my life and more to spare my mistress, but a single moment of sadness. When I first came to Eulmore, I thought only of improving my lot in life. There's so much more to the city than wealth and plenty. There is no war here, no conflict. The residents all treat each other with warmth and respect. My mistress has ever been so kind to me, and I can think of no place in Kai-Shirr where I could possibly be happier. Oh, rather. Sorry, I got a bit carried away. I find it hard to stop when I start counting my blessings these days. Please, just come with me to meet my lady. Once she hears of your deed, you'll be witness to her generosity firsthand. Lonely, you say? Curse my clumsy feet. I must return to her immediately. I guess we only talked to 2 people. But we're not done yet. Here, now she's gonna... Hello, amiable maiden. Citizen told me everything. I'm so very grateful you were there to offer your assistance. You value him highly, then. As if he were a member of my own family. I could not live the wonderful life I lead without him. We free citizens owe the bonded our unending gratitude. Mayhap in another society, our different standings would breed prejudice or resentment. But in Eulmore, a most glorious measure is in place to avert such unpleasantness. Part of that measure requires that the free surrender their fortunes. Upon registration, all of our property, financial, intellectual, or otherwise, is given over to the city. In exchange, we are provided with ample funds and commodities to live a life of pampered luxury. Being liberated from the concern of earning coin is an almost miraculous effect on people's outlook. There are no rivals to compete against, only fellow residents with whom to enjoy our tranquil existence. Now, if you'll excuse us, I must see what markets have to offer as a reward for the return of my handkerchief. Oh, man. Vigor Sommer's worked up. The societal commentary is really getting to him. Oh, I've not forgotten you, of course, our courageous messenger turned rescuer. Thanks for the boots. Suddenly concerned. All this task of relying on the bonded, and I haven't given thought as to what your duties might be. I hope I haven't interrupted your work unduly. Just walking around, really. Tour of the city, is it? Then you really must visit the beehive. It's always buzzing activity. No one else Eulmore had the backstrength to let the man up. Really? It's a short list. It is also funny when you get to these physical tasks as the Warrior of Light and like you're playing like a black mage or a summoner or like one of the casters, particularly like a scholar. It's just like, here's this nerd. What's the nerd got going for us? But, you know, it's also understood that like even if you are one of those casty, nerdy types, like you're still adventuring. You still got to run through places and do, you know, and climb ladders and crap. So it's not like you're weak. Also, Warrior of Light is just handsome, and that makes you stronger. Anyway. A lady by the name of Tista B usually has a seat near the entrance. She will gladly speak of you on any number of topics, assuming you find yourself on her good side. Music chains? Interesting. It is a music change. Yeah. All the Eulmore music right now is pretty muted. I guess B is for beautiful, B is sugar sweet, B is for the string of your pitiful defeat. Be mine forever and always play your part. Before it's over, I'll capture your heart. You know, it is appropriate, Snooty, that you're the one who grabbed up that orchestrion roll. God, man, what an earworm. I am so hyped for Arcadian. Like, honestly, if Arcadian tier 3 is as good as the previous two tiers, I will honestly think that Arcadian is the best raid series they've ever done. It all hinges on that third. It all hinges on that third wing. I mean, and the story, I guess. But the story's been fine. I'm gonna. I immediately, as soon as I said the stories are fine, I think of frickin' Eden and Shiva. It has now been 0 days since Flame Dragon has complained about Eden. 0 days. Sorry, reset the counter. I know I had such a roll going. Omega is the current standing champion of the best raid, because it is the combination of best story, best mechanics, best cool factor. Pandemonium. If it wasn't for the first wing of Pandemonium, it'd be in the running, because the second wing is pretty good and the third wing is absolutely gangbusters. If I ever get Pandemonium 9 through 12, I am set. Even 9, like I'll get 9. I'm like, hell yeah. And then if I get I will never shut up about P10. It may be one of my favorite raid fights of all time. But just for the consistency. So far, Arcadians, all 8 of the fights, you think back, you're like, yeah, it's good. They're all good. I know M7 is a little controversial. But yeah, this is the thing though. It is the story. They really did a damn good job of Omega, of cool plot point. I mean, anything with Nero in it, I'm there. And this is like really when the Nero and Sid are actually an old married couple starts to manifest. Is in Omega. And then Omega in general is just a really fun story. And they do some really awesome callbacks with the raid. And then you get some, then you get some Midgar Sormer lore. By the way, the evolution of the teapot. Then you run Twine, and it's the teapot callback. It all comes back to Omega. And again, nowadays the fights are pretty simple, and particularly when you're at max eye level, you're not gonna have trouble. That part's fine, but the fights themselves are interesting and fun. Though it is true though. When you start running that stuff in Savage, and when you start running these fights in Extremes, you go back to the old stuff. You're just like, oh man, I'm so ready for this. And then you think back about like when you first ran this stuff, and you're just like, ah man, I gotta use the gravity belt. Oh no. When do I use the gravity belt? Nowadays, just like, oh, we're fine. Fine. X-Death starts using black hole. You're just like, wait, they don't move? Oh, I can handle this mechanic. Anyway, yeah. So my unsolicited opinion is that Omega is the best raid series. Like for culmination of the fights, the story, the visuals, the fun factor. But Arcadian, the first 2 wings so far are looking to challenge. Now the story of Arcadian is it wouldn't be as strong. It's still interesting. And I love the pro wrestling angle, but like this is why everything hinges on the third wing. In a way that it didn't really matter for Omega, because like you went in to Omega like, oh hell yeah, this is gonna be fun, and then it just stayed fun the entire time. With Arcade, you go and you're like, oh, what's going on with this? You're just like, oh, I love all this pro wrestler nonsense. And like if the story reveals hit all the good marks, if they pay off and it's really awesome, and then all the fights are awesome after that, we're just it may be a changing of the guard. But we gotta wait for 7-4, which is November? End of the year. We haven't even gotten to 7-3 yet. I like that whoever is running it said for the content. Juno is actually, oh yeah, Juno, second walk of Juno is coming out in 7-3, so we do have something to look forward to in the meantime. That is a really steep bar. Holy crap. The first walk is still like, part of me wonders how the hell they did that. It's like, damn it, this entire thing is fun. How did you manage? It's a alliance raid. It can be fun, but like up to a point. There's an upper bound on how much fun you can have in an alliance raid, but Juno just like, nah, we all having fun today. Okay. Yeah, anyway. Yes, we're doing Gold Sauce music and not honeybee music. Beat my money. All right, we turned it back around. Yeah. You still kicking? So am I. It's like, damn it, that's a good line. Let her win. She had the good line. Also, a good council fight. They did a freaking council fight, and it didn't suck. It was awesome, guys. Oh my god, gangbusters. Anyway, thank you for entertaining my absolute derailing. Mega Summary, are you ready to get back to the story? You want to talk about Omega more? I'll understand if you want to talk about Omega more. That's sort of your jam. All right, he's ready. He's ready to go. He's locked in. He's locked into the story. Anyway, Beehive. Seeking the sting of excitement to liven up your day. I can tell at a glance when folk are nude or a happy colony. It's a nervous fluttering, you see, always gives them away. Why don't we play some cards to set you at ease, eh? A quick game of high or low. It's simply a matter of guessing who has the bigger hand. Oh, Migar Stormer's excited. We're back to the story. I made the right choice. If you win, I'll grant you a single favor. Within reason, of course. Interested? And if you pick low, then we're going to lock the treasure chest. And then all of those 8 figment coffers you're about to get are gone. Three cards for you, 3 cards for me. You flip one of yours over, and I flip 2 of mine. Thank God we were streaming that. Oh, it was absolutely brutal. Hang on. Jamming it. I'm doing math while jamming to the Triple Triad music. Give me a minute. 8. Hi. Huh. I wonder if that was... Never mind. Usually I concede defeat at this point. What do you say to a rematch? One more win and we shall talk about that favor. No. Favor. Oh. Just ask for the favor. I wonder how much agency I actually have in this game. Tree's yours. This is the prize I promised. Well, doesn't matter. If it was a lucky facade, I'm here for it. Whisper in my ear then and don't be shy. Tell Altista what she could do for you. Who's behind me? It's all delightfully wholesome, but if knowledge is what you want, then it is what you shall have. My humble estimation, the most wondrous thing about this town is how safe we are from the Sin Eaters. They say Lord Vauthry was born with the power to command them, which means no Eulmoran need ever raise a weapon in defense of the city. Is that the kind of thing you wish to know? If your itch still needs scratching, you might get a few words out of Atharn over there. There's naught but that merry sot likes more than the sound of his own voice. Ah, that's what's going on. I'm near Shake Drink. I'm gonna live with the mystery of whether or not you can actually lose in that. I suspect that you can't, and that it's rigged in such a way. But I will. I think I'm more interested in the question than the answer. Oh, you just arrived and already you're looking to peel away the layers of mystery. Oh, I'm all for chatting, but you need to slow down and enjoy life, my friend. Tell you what, you hop on stage and give us a dance first, and then we can have our little talk. Da 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 da. Oh, we gotta go all the way up. And guys, I'm gonna do a Bayonetta summoning ritual. Who should I summon today? Massive demon just eats Eulmore. I'm fine with it. That was an interesting character moment when I played through it the first time. I'm like, would my Warrior of Light actually just go up on stage and dance? He's not that kind of person, really. And then you do the awkward male Hrothgar angry shuffle. It's like, do you want to do a Bayonetta summoning ritual as part of the main story quest? Yes. I don't even think about it now. That was a show. You're welcome to clamber up on stage anytime you like. So as he wanted to ask me, yeah, something about our fair city. Well, I could tell you it wasn't always so peaceful as it is today. The Eulmoran army may be the very essence of military might, but even our forces saw grievance losses in the war against the Sin Eaters. Things changed for us around 20 years ago now when the old ruler's son came to power. He's got this way with the Eaters, you see. Turns them docile as house cats. It would be exaggerating to say they've become something of an ally to Eulmore, no longer an enemy to be feared. More amusing to imagine a male Rokutan's half-heart at tap dance. Oh my god, yeah. Oh, we gotta talk to Big Daddy. He goes up there to impress people. He's just like, just tap dance, and he comes down. He's like, "Wow, you're really good at this." It's like, at the back of your mind, it's just like, are you just having a silly with me? That tap dance really is something else. I'll tell you what. Yet elsewhere there are still fools who insist on fighting. They're losing battles. Toast to Lord Vauthry. Thinking about it. Gain a preliminary ascent to the city. The Chais and Alphinaud. The Chais. The Chais. What the hell's wrong with you? Chais. They're like tea, you fool. I love the random ass schedule. Throwing me off to hear this Eulmore music. I knew it was going to happen. Just when you're not hit with that orchestral crescendo as soon as you come in. Just, what's going on? Where am I? One day. Return from your jaunt around the city so soon. You need to have hurried back. Young Alphinaud has yet to put brush to canvas. Where is he? One cannot rust good art, I'm told. Or good artists, apparently. Finally. Alphinaud Shadowbringer's combat gear. Put together an ensemble out of the garments you chose. Is this satisfactory? Oh, goodness gracious me, that last outfit was precious, but this makes you look positively dashing. You truly are a handsome boy. However am I to decide? I don't recall this being part of the artistic process. Exactly. The lad is an artist, dear. It's not a dress-up doll. It's about time you set him to work for the reason we called him here. Must we? I do love good painting, but I thought since we were enjoying ourselves so thoroughly... Well, not that is to say, as long as you... Just make sure you give the lad time to prepare. We know he'll be upset if he's not ready to paint at a moment's notice. Whatever you say, darling. So pick some jewelry next. That's the next thing I have to look forward to, actually. Enhanced Fugetsu and Fuka. I've Shoha at 80. Better buffs. The ones you don't notice. Ogi Namikiri, I'm coming soon. And you're gonna come to ruin my opener when I forget to cast it. Lady Chai has a particular sense of beauty, and apparently that extends to how I should dress whilst painting. This obsession of hers works in our favor. The time I spend indulging these distractions is time you can use to continue your explorations. For this excursion, I'd like you to delve into the layer below us and sniff about the military headquarters. I'm sure the understory has its own tale to tell. We're doing this the whole way through. Hello, Dondon. Hello, man who doesn't get a name. We need to make these eye holes a bit bigger. Nice lampshade. Pop. Oh man, this jog is really paying off. Oh my god, the hunt board's down here? I guess it's right by the aetheryte. That's not terrible. Can you imagine walking there, though? You never would knock there. It's still, man. Never done the hunt board, and I've always gone to Crystarium for it. Hello, Weeping Warbler. What are you doing in here? You're one of the Bonded, aren't you, like me? Please, I need your help. My throat is... I can't sing anymore. I'm making excuses, but it's not getting any better. If my patron thinks I'm no use to him, then... I need you to sneak out to the derelicts and describe my condition to Thorich. Here's a list of symptoms and a hunk of meal to pay for his medicines. Please, I have no one else to turn to. Just a random stranger that accosts you. So this does go into how the Warrior of Light has just mysteriously endearing qualities. Go up and around and then over and down. Or I teleport. Teleport. Alright, so you do actually go out and use these. I remember the apothecary was part of this. X potions. Oh yeah. LII. 1040 maxed. That's 24% of HP, but it's only 5% of my health bar. Though to be fair, I am wearing end level gear. No, I'm wearing the same gear that they give you out in the boxes. It's a shit potion. Coughing horse, hard to swallow. Feels like something's there, sore throat. Portion of meal intended as payment for apothecary's medicine. Here for an ailing voice, is it? No medicine will cure this. Methinks your songbird has a lump in her throat. It must be cut out, excised, and even then the voice may never heal completely. That poor little songbird. Will they kick her from the nest, I wonder, or simply silence her chirps? Oh, your face you didn't know. Of the many hopefuls who enter the city, very few are ever seen to leave, even as corpses. Oh, you might see one or two fortunate fools hurled from the balconies, but the rest, gone. A town of nightmares it is, not for this ship's rat. Oh, no, I am content to scurry around down here and nibble on the crumbs which fall from the table. This consultation is over. You have my verdict and I have my mail. Good day. It's down? It's down. Get down. So you gotta cut your throat out. What do I do if I can't sing? There you are, my sweet canary. Have you been crying again? Don't tell me your voice is still not on the mend. Generous sir, have mercy. I've done all I can, but even the apothecary said... Oh, she's coming clean. You've been suffering all this time. Sorry, my pet, I didn't realize your affliction was this grave. But you needn't fret. I'll not reward your hours of trilling by casting you out into the street. You're too kind, sir. But what of use am I if I cannot sing? I fear the day I become more burden to you than treasure. And I shall have a word with Lord Vauthry and arrange for your ascension. In that paradise where resides neither pain nor illness will your song ring out clearly once again. Or may happy think it's a step too far. You would do that for me? Of course. Why, I would almost wish to hasten my own ascension, knowing your blessed instrument was waiting there to greet me. It was a Realm Reborn patient. It makes sense. It's just not a general vendor. Ascension? A little stupid. He must be a new arrival. Allow me to explain. As all know, the Sin Eaters exist to devour the sinful. But also do they serve to gather the souls of the innocent and shepherd them unto celestial paradise. It is through Lord Vauthry that we learn this truth. It is through Lord Vauthry's grace that the free people of Eulmore are destined to embrace salvation. We are blessed to spend our days surrounded by love and merriment until at last we are called to our final rapture. Even the bonded may find a place within that host should their patrons deem them worthy. Lord Vauthry truly is a great man, isn't he? If you excuse us, we must be on our way. May you find eternal salvation for the compassion you have shown my precious canary. Well, I'll be seeing you later. That was, what a look. We will discuss this when the time is right. All right, you're not allowed to tune a stairs. Look at Alphinaud already wrecking it. Son of a bitch. It is good to see you back. You were taking so long, I began to worry something had happened. I began sketching an outline for the portrait, but nay, the Chais appear otherwise occupied. Will you share your investigations? Have gleaned this far? Weird stuff down there. Lord Vauthry boasts some manner of influence over the Sin Eaters, does he? That would explain the reverence in which he is held by the citizenry. And as for this ascension business, I cannot help but be put in the mind of that apothecary and his ominous remarks. So many folk have entered the city over the years, and where do they go? Alphinaud seems eager to discuss the significance of your discoveries. Everybody's chatting. We're all chatty Cathys. Take my eye off you for one moment, and you're chattering away at that assistance of yours. I might assume the outline is done, then. What in the blazes? So unflattering. Explain yourself. Where's your artistic interpretation? It should evoke images of affluence and nobility and overwhelm the viewer in its boundless beauty. Lord Chai, you stated that this portrait was to commemorate your anniversary. Yours being a joyous union, it seemed to me that a realistic portrayal... Realistic! I don't want realism, I want perfection! A spectacle to slacken jaws and weaken knees, to make people cry out in amazement. Yeah, if you're grinding PvP all the time, then you're just gonna wake up one day and have everything you want out of that place. Fetching a blank canvas and... Screaming. That come from above. Don't get jungled. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. A tale to make you quiver and your noble blood freeze. There was a villain on the loose to set ruin to our fair city. But our lord has got him now, and his fate will not be pretty. Yes, the hammer of justice is poised to come crashing down, and one and all who'd watch it fall are invited to join his lordship in the offer. A malcontent? How dreadful! And this man is to face sentencing. That's right. In fact, if you're curious, it might be worth you going along for the experience. The offer they mentioned is part of the emergent, the level above us where Lord Vauthry resides. Ordinarily, you would be barred from entering, but it seems they'll be opening its doors for the next little while. The crown lift will take you up there. Better not dawdle then. Stoic nod. Alright, time to get kicked out. Proceed to the offer. It's him! It's him!
That's him. That's Vauthry.
I just said that, Alphinaud. Bless his roundness.
He's
Forgive.
attended by Sin Eaters. But how does he keep them from attacking?
Forgiven, Kitty.
Mercy! Mercy!
By the 12. Kai-Shirr, what happened to you?
Who are these impudent louts? I do not recall requesting their presence.
Lord Vauthry, what is the meaning of this? Why is this poor man bleeding to death on your floor?
Why? You ask me why? Because criminals must be punished, and this man is guilty of fraud. He came to us, claiming to be a man of business, yet his subsequent conduct has shown him to be anything but. Europe is a city built on love for one's fellow man. Those who have naught to give and live only to take are a blight upon our society! To atone for this crime, I ordered that he fling himself from the balcony. And he had the temerity to weep. Please, my lord, anything but that. What then is a man of mercy to do, but offer the sinner another way to show his contrition?
Another way? Meaning what exactly?
Sin-eaters are part of Eulmore's society, but they must be fed with ether. Living ether. So, I demanded an offering of flesh, carved by his own hand, from his own hide. And still, he could not do as I asked. A wholly unsatisfactory performance.
'Tis true that Kai-Shirr won his place here by fraud, but his actions were driven only by a desire to share in your paradise. That you would cast him out I could almost accept, but to humiliate him thus, to demand his very life? Is this truly the way of Eulmore?
Oh, you dim, deluded child. Have you ever paused to consider what it takes to maintain such a paradise in this barren, broken world of ours? The guarantee of safety and stability. The knowledge that if one only abides by the rules, one has naught to fear. I alone can offer these things, for I alone can command the Sin-Eaters. And thus am I alone the voice of justice, and any who oppose me, villains to be punished.
Endwalker reference.
And people call this paradise.
You were granted a place in my city for a particular skill. What was it?
Painting.
Oh, an artiste! Then you shall paint a picture for me of Eulmore. If I find your art pleasing, then I may excuse this display of insolence. Who gave you permission to tend to that criminal's wounds? I told you to paint me a picture!
What you need is a mirror, not a painting. It will capture the horror I see before me far better than I ever could. Can you walk?
I think so.
We're like eyeing it up. I want to fight you, but not now.
Did that little worm just insult me? I'll kill them! I'll kill them all! I'll enslave their minds! I'll torment them! Torture them! And tear out their hearts!
Up, up. And we leave. He didn't let us walk out of here. We sort of escorted ourselves out. Yeah. That is how, like, the way that Shadowbringers just takes the pace and yanks it forward with this brutal precision. So you come into Eulmore, you're like, this place ain't good. You're sketched up, top to bottom. This paradise, and you go in there. There's customs, go shower stinky. You're just like, okay. There's a process, there's order, right? And then you start walking around, and you're like, okay, this place is kind of cool, and everybody seems to be happy, and everything's rich, and just like water and flower petals, all this crap. And like you get the. What's also interesting is that like you get the sentiment that's underneath this. That everybody's just like, yeah, we're living here together. We all like each other. We're all friendly. You know, it's kumbaya. And then it's like right here, just like, okay, in case you thought that there was any hope in this place, may I show you Lord Vauthry, who as villains go, is absolutely brilliant. And it's interesting comparing the villains in Shadowbringers to the ones in Stormblood. Because Stormblood, it was very almost caricatures that they had a tone, and they just went all in. And there was scenery chewing, and you're just like, wow, these guys suck. But then you come here, and there's a realism to this. There's also, it's just like the desperation and the lurking terror underneath makes it so horrible. So beautiful. Yeah, we got all that today. How's your arm there, Kai-Shirr? Don't be upset, I'll make you a snow globe later. Forgive me, in my anger I seem to have marched us back outside again, though it's probably best we leave the island altogether. I believe we've worn out our welcome in Eulmore. In any case, I've seen enough of the world's self-proclaimed capital city to convince me that our battle against the Sea Eaters will find few allies in Calusia. I'll accompany you back to the Crystarium. We need to regroup and think on our strategy anew. Kai-Shirr, I've done you a grave disservice. You were hungry and desperate, and I offered you a solution without once considering the risks inherent in you accepting it. If I had but known the price you would be made to pay. You gave me everything I needed to make your idea work. It was me who made a mess of things, not you. But even after all the trouble I caused, you still stepped in and saved me, and now Lord Vauthry wants us all dead. Why not come back to us, to the Crystarium? I'm certain we can find work for you there, if you're willing. No, that would just be me leaning on your kindness again. I need to do some thinking, learn how to stand on my own 2 feet. Very well, but you must promise you'll be careful. The Eulmorians may yet come looking for us. Keep my head down, don't worry. And you take care, too. Give me the chance to repay what you've done for me. He's a life to think about. Alphinaud! Lord and Lady Chai. What in blazes did you do? They have the entire city looking for you. I took a peek at your unfinished portrait, Alphinaud. Now, I've had many beautiful and striking pictures painted for me, but there was something about your work. It was as if you've caught the very essence of our love and rendered it naked upon the canvas. It was bold, unflinching, and I adored it. Please, you must come back with us and finish what you began. I will speak with Lord Vauthry and vouch for your character. I'm sure we could smooth over any hard feelings. Sorry, Lady Chai, there are more important matters to which I must attend. More important? What could be more important than enjoying the days we have left to us to the fullest? Pray press me no further, we are leaving, but I would not presume to take the garments you were so kind to procure for me. One moment. I would never keep of it. I would never hear of it. Keep the clothes, you silly boy. I insist. I shall make arrangements so that you can pass through the gate without causing a stir. I expect you to come and visit. I'll return, I promise you that. The outrage I witnessed must not go unanswered. The next time we meet, I shall be better prepared to confront the corruption which hides behind the glittering facade. Yeah, so that is the... I believe that is the explanation for why you can go back to Eulmore without them just slapping cuffs on you immediately. Is that basically the people on the floor got talking to just let them walk around. Also, my main has every class maxed out and geared up. But being a crafter is effectively unnecessary as Viola, so I did not. Oh, we are literally going back. Very well. I'll be back later. Later to tie off the loose ends. Put on the map. Oop. Oh man, just sitting back and I'm thinking about that whole scene. The wording about how some of the things he said made sense and some of the things that he said were just absolute bonkers insane. Ah, so good. All right, everybody, say goodbye to Calusia, at least for a way back. Thank you, my friend, for staying at my side through this whole sordid endeavor. While it's not quite the joyous outcome I had hoped for, our efforts have nevertheless answered a great many questions. Suffice it to say, our plans for saving the first are unlikely to involve the aid of Lord Vauthry and his subjects. Oops, I double tapped. Wait a minute. Come, we must speak with the Exarch and chart a new course. This is far from over. Okay, fair enough. Leaves of the Crystarium. That's for crafting. All right, nothing that we need yet. I've done nothing out here yet. That's after LII. Think? Maybe it's right now. Probably not. We doing anything in the Crystari? We'll find out. Never mind. Again, why am I pondering? Just go. Go forth. It's the Exarch. Hi, Alphinaud. Good to be back amongst friends. In such company, I can finally turn my thoughts to the future. But ere we discuss all that we have learned and begin planning our next step, I think it's best you visit LII. Her familiarity with Amarang will no doubt provide us invaluable insight. And besides, I know she's as eager to see you as I was. Bring a smile to her face. Would you? Alright. Ready to depart for Amarang, LII will be overjoyed to see you safe. I know she was particularly concerned for your well-being. She impressed upon me how regrettable the timing of her summoning was. Repeatedly. I only hope that my part in sending you to her will garner me some measure of forgiveness. Here, this is a letter of introduction addressed to a man named Kai-Shirr, a master of the merchant caravan. There are few who know the ways of the desert as well as he does. Find him at the Amara launch and he will see that you reach your destination. La la la. Hello, Kai-Shirr. Come looking for work? I might have a spot for another guard. Nothing cool on the text. Friend of the Exarch, hoping to meet someone in Amarang, are you? That's to be your guide. I was about to set off for outpost there. As a matter of fact, we can leave right away, assuming you have everything you need. I have everything I may need. You now travel to Amarang, speak with the adroit Amaro tamer to fly to the desert. Boop! Off we go to Amarang! Top 5 zone music in the game.
Arang. From this parched earth, the nation of Nabath, Arang once rose. When I journeyed here, long ago, I spoke with a sun-weathered elder. He told me Amarang meant majestic land in the language of his people. And so it might still be, were it not for the light's unrelenting onslaught.
Oh man. Even the sunburnt version of the song is just so damn good. No matter how many times I come here, the heat never fails to catch me off guard. Don't be surprised when the temperature drops at night, though. The sky's still bright, of course, but it gets brisk enough to make you shiver. Now, the Exarch's letter said I was to take you to the inn at Journey's Head, which is where this LII friend of yours is staying. That's a fair old distance. I suppose you make a stop at Mord Souq to break up the trek, allowing me to attend to some business and you to enjoy the local hospitality. Sound good? Good. Alright, you lot him off, and I better not see goods covered in sand when I get back. Enthusiastic thumbs up. My favorite time. Southwest. Oh, it's on the way. Boring. Maybe it's over here. All right, you can. It is unlikely but possible that you miss this. Shame though. All the way. Oh, it's tapping something over there probably. Fair enough. Stop here a moment. Is your first visit to Amarang, is it not? Before you cross the River of Sand, you need to turn around and feast your eyes on that. Bam! Building. Yeah. The ruins in Amarang do look pretty good. Built them big, didn't they? That's Kai-Shirr. A fortress meant to protect the northern reaches of Vauthry. Seeing what was left behind, I believe it when they say it was once one of Norvrant's mightiest nations. At least until the flood came along. Great chunks of Vauthry's lands were lost to the light, its great city included. The few who survived didn't see much to the point of staying. Most of them, anyway. No, not many chose to come here these days, not with everything in ruins. Even that hulking great fortress has become little more than a Amaro roost for me and my caravan. But not everywhere is as deserted as this place. Just wait till you see Mord Souq. Let's press on. Get to see the, Oh, God. I do love this place. That's on the other side. I think I have to go further down. Oh, there's a reason I was running a bit. Ah, right. Shared fate began here. I was wondering why I had such strong memories of doing fates in this place. It's because this is when it began, the shared fate grind. You had to do 60 here. Here we are, Mord Souq. By the blessed shadow, I love this town. Mord Souq, not just full of Mord, but Humes, as well as and all manner of others, too. It has long been a refuge for folk displaced by the flood, so the population is nothing if not diverse. Have you not met a Mord before? They might look like shifty little blighters, but a more welcoming lot you could never wish to meet. Speaking of which, we should pay our respects to Master Gengen. Gengen killed Luca Blight. It's the kobolds! But first, I attune. Remember correctly, these guys are pretty quirky. Look at the little doors! What beady eye? Why would you say that? What beady eyes?
Master Gengen, this is the friend of the Exarch I was telling you about.
Very good, very good. Though friend or no, all are welcome in Mord Souq.
Souq is Mordish for city. As things stand, this Souq boasts the largest and busiest marketplace in all Armorang. You'll find ore from the mines here, of course, but all manner of other things too, many of them rare. As I told you before, not many visit Armorang by choice, but Mord Souq's a different story. Merchants come from miles around to purchase the relics the Mord dig up.
Aye, that they do. For Mord do not dismiss the spoils of the earth. We clean them and polish them and reveal to the world their true value. That is why they come here, come from far away, come with much money. And so our Souq is always busy, busy, busy. No such thing as a thing no one needs.
You say that every time, Master Gengen. Some sort of family motto, wasn't it?
We'll be dealing with Merlyweb and that later as well. There's three really strong Limsa storylines on that. It's up front that they're like, yeah, we were kind of jerks. And then when it comes to the Titan incident, where you find out that you find somebody who gets sort of half-tempered, and then it happens a third time and during Shadowbringers patch content. That is also some really good stuff. Oh my god. One of my best I was already like, Merlyweb had won me over in A Realm Reborn. When you were picking your grand company. That's how I'm on Team Merlyweb all the way back then. And it just didn't change all the way through. Robon, very, very, very close second. Photo finish, I will say. I was very close to being Immortal Sands. But then when you hit patch content with Leviathan, I'm like, oh my god, yes. And then when you hit patch content and Shadowbringers with the kobolds, holy crap. What a character. What a character.
Or perhaps a Mord philosophy, for which we should all be very grateful. Would that everyone was so willing to take in refugees regardless of race or creed. Now then, if you intend to spend any time here, you'll want to gain the trust of the locals. And there's a little custom all newcomers are expected to observe.
The cracking of the coin purse. You buy one thing from the market. Price can be low or high, just as long as you buy.
Immortal's Flames, yes. I've got sands on the brain. I'm standing in the desert.
In fact, the Exarch sent a little something to cover this very expense. A Verbert gold piece, no less. The first I've held in years.
Just in case the Warrior of Light is broke.
Real Verbert gold?
Here, newcomer, crack your coin purse with me.
Oh no, you want my goods, newcomer. I have jars and pots all smooth and shiny.
Over here! Come and look!
You buy, you buy.
I love these little idiots. Love Armor Ring.
Enough of that! Calm, I say! This one must still journey through the barrens. Nothing bulky, nothing heavy, no pots.
No pots.
Nothing better for the road than a full belly. Spend that piece at Ronron's place, yes? Eat for 3 before you leave.
And I'm amused that it's a story contrivance that theoretically there's nothing stopping a player from just being horrible with money and not having like any money. If you're not sort of a try-hard loser like I am, who does get a whole bunch of money, then if you're just going through the MSQ, the quest rewards will basically cover the cost of your teleport fees. And you combine that with some of the money that you get from selling stuff, and you're not actually getting all that much money. Like, I think I gave myself, what was it? Well, I think I got $1 million from being on the server. And I think I sent myself $1 million just in case. But I remember, if you remember, all the way in the very, very, very beginning, before I could mail myself anything and I had to go get gear, I had nothing. I had no goddamn money. I had to go scrounge and beggar and find a way to scrape 2 pieces of coins together in order to get cash. That is what you can do in this game if you're not paying attention. Also, if you're not really, like, if you're doing what I'm doing, you're just going through the main drag, then a lot of the money that I have was handed to me. So Viola right here is actually a spoiled little princess. Though I do, I think a few $100,000 of what she has is money that she's earned, but also I am decking her out in gear, which normally you'd have to work for, and basically any single thing that she needs I just hand her. So this money that I have is literally just money that I never have to spend because I'm a rich, spoiled princess. If you're not one of those, if you're not being 100% funded by a rich as fuck alt, which by the way, I'm not actually rich. Don't don't hold me to that. There are people in this game that make my entire life savings in a day. There are people that really know how this market board crap works. I'm not one of those. I just accrue. But anyway, if you're not one of those bastards, then yeah, you can actually get to this point in the story and only have like a few hundred or a few thousand gil. And I always enjoy in the story when they're like, well, you may have to buy something, and if you're broke, we don't want you to be like, well, I know you're in Shadowbringers and you want to do the story, but you need 10,000 gil or you can't progress. So then the Exarch just gives you money. So go over to Ron and we're gonna get food. Go to Ron's, have wares to empty your purse and fill your belly. Take your time, stare and sniff before you choose, but no drooling on the merchandise. Browse Ron's wares, you can... Worms, bread, meat, skewers. Chewy skewers. Find small frogs hiding under rocks, spear with stick, and roast over fire. Crackle on the outside, cool on the inside. Perfect for a snack. Oh, we have to look at all of it. Worms! We actually get to look at all of it. I thought you had to pick one. Plump white worms slathered in honey. Once you eat a glazed wriggler, you'll never want any other treat. It's bread. Call it mush loaf. The middle is stuffed with bittersweet cactus fruit, so even if the bread dries out, it's still moist inside. Keeps you going in the heat. The actual Viola is... Well, I don't think she's spoiled. She's had a hard life. She's had a rough time. The real Viola, I would say, has been given an inheritance and then told to do something with it. And that inheritance is possibly a demon that they have to wrangle. So not really something that's pleasant. Viola is not rich. But she doesn't really talk about money much. Yeah, she's busy suffering a lot, actually. So maybe she is rich, it just doesn't help her. All right, that's my ever-burning bounty made with the best parts of the lizard, cured with special spicy spices. Come find the smell challenging, but it'll warm you up in the chilliest desert nights. They all look tasty. It's which to choose. Oh my god, you get to choose. Okay, so you have mush loaf. Lemus bread is the proper choice. Ever-burning bounty is the meat eater's choice. Chewy skewer is the frogs, and then glazed wriggler just creeps me out. Kind of just want to pick at random almost. I'm trying to think what I picked before. I think I probably would have picked the mush loaf before, so let's not do the mush loaf. Oh, we're doing backseat voucher. We're done. Made the choice for me. Do good to resist, eh? That's what I would have chosen. You have the gold. One Wolverine Honor buys you 15 jars. The face. Oh. No, we're doing this. In for a penny, in for a pound. What an avatar. A new legend is born in Mord Souq. Said your coin purse cracked. I am pleased to accept your custom, and Gengen will be pleased that you honored ours. Keep the merchandise down. Yes, no returns. Go get no prisoners on jars of worms. Watching from here, you honored our custom with great relish. You'll always be welcome in Mord Souq. If you need anything from Amarang, we are here to provide. Yay. Impressed by your gastronomic fortitude. You have courage, my friend. Ranwan's wares are more exotic than harmful, but I don't envy the bellyache you'll have on the morrow. Now that you've eaten, I expect you're eager to get back on the road. Would you mind if we delayed our departure a touch? I have a few deals left to close before I can conclude my business here in Mord Souq. I'm okay. Offering your services, are you? I'll assist. It would certainly help hurry things along. I have a receipt here for some goods that need picking up from the market, all properly paid for. You just need to do the lifting and carrying. Ah, boxes! Carrying boxes, my favorite, not my favorite pastime. It's a pastime I enjoy. There's some last minute haggling. Review the market item, see it any times. All right. Oh, you actually have to look at it? Ah, interesting. Oh, it's like a little puzzle. Interesting. All right. Well, what I'll do for the remainder is have a wander. I'll go get some. Go get this song. Well, because you're eating for 3, I know that the portions, at least, is something that impresses people, regardless. 62 to the south. It's probably going to be the one overlooking. Yeah, there's... it's fine. You to complain about there being fewer Aetherites now again? I think you just... Yeah, I don't... Maybe I did eat the meats. Actually, I don't remember. I didn't eat the worms, I'll tell you that much. I probably didn't eat the skewer, so it would have been the bread or it would have been the meat. If I were to guess, I'd say the bread. And I think it's more of a you ate enough portions for 3 people that's you've got a stomach on you. It's just by the Eden entrance. It's not even hard. Oh, they tucked it away in the corner, I guess. That's cheeky. Fair enough. But this is a good vista too. You look in and there's the flood. There's all the buildings stuck in the crystals. You're like, there's the hole. There's the gap. Oh my god, I love Emmering. 239 to the southwest. Ah, yeah. It's over there. By Malik as well. Worms is definitely the goof choice. Tuned. Ah, Hello, Halric. Hang in there, kid. Alright, yeah. You're not gonna run into anybody important until you're brought down here. Makes sense. And... oh, if this is the same as it was before, yep. There's 2 on this side of the fence and then 2 on the other side of the fence. And then it's the quests. And then... oh. I guess the side quest will be broken up the same way. 2 on this side of the fence and 2 on the other side of the fence. So I wouldn't have missed anything in Calusia because the other... I'll get the other side quests when I'm on the other side of the fence. Okay, fair. This is where the formula started about this side of the fence and the other side of the fence. You can blame Shadowbringers. Actually, technically that was happening in Stormblood as well, but very obvious here. Alrighty, so nothing else for me to do. I've gotten all the Aetherites. Just running around. My only hope is that no, I have no way of seeing Twine from where I am. It's fine. Alrighty, well. More than enough good stuff for today. Let's see this button. There it is. All right, everybody, thanks for coming along. I'm gonna be shamelessly gushing just through the entirety of Shadowbringers, I think. It may get chafing. I don't know. But I'm going to be thoroughly enjoying myself and my time in this expansion. So I hope you enjoy it. Probably. Yeah, I'll have the... I mean, Endwalker will be good too. And parts of Dawn Trail. Oh, hi. Oh, you're off to the Fate. Okay, don't... oh, you can't see me. I turned it off. I'm just running around doing all the stuff, and I have to turn the stream off, I realized. Anyway. Yeah, I'll be back Saturday with other video games, and I'll be back next Wednesday with more of this. So until then.